validate, check or prove the validity or accuracy of something, demonstrate or support the truth or value of, or make or declare legally valid, endorse, accept, legitimize, recognize. That term is something that is very vital to Generation Next. It seems that Generation Next is using or uses social media to be validated by.
Why are our children and grandchildren using social media for acceptance or recognition? Well, the reality is that social media is built into the current technology. We're in 2018 and most people are connected to each other through social media, and those that are not wish that they could be. The downside to this is when our children, our grandchildren seek validation from social media, it increases feelings of depression, anxiety, loneliness, and lowered self-esteem. And think about it. When you're on social media, you're limiting your interaction with other people. You're not talking to them in the same way that you would if you were face to face. You might spend a lot of time texting people and you're not interacting with them as a group. So even though social media seems to bring people together along certain lines, what is being lost is the human connection that comes from being physically together. Think about the young people in your family. How do they react in terms of social media? Do you think that they validate themselves through social media?
Talking with a family member of mine, I found myself at the end of our conversation just trying to get that person to accept the fact that they have to accept themselves for who they are. And one of the terms that I used was validate yourself. There are too many personalities, mindsets, ideologies in terms of people who log onto social media to be able to come to you as an individual to say that they can validate. And if you're coming here as an individual and hoping that you get validated by this source, then you're going to quickly lose yourself because you're going outside of yourself to find value in yourself from other people. You're going to find that if 100 people are tuning into your channel, for example, or going into your social media posts, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, whatever social media you use, of that 100 people, you're always going to find a group of them that do not like you for whatever it is. People will come on here and say, oh, I don't like her because of her race, or because of her gender, or because of the way she speaks. I don't like her eyes. I don't like her hair. I don't like the clothes that she wears. First and foremost, it will be because of their own personal insecurities, or that they just see something within you that they just don't agree with or just don't care for. And social media gives them the outlet to express it in a very negative way. Don't look for validation on social media.
So in hindsight, it seems easy to say to the younger generation, to the youth, to don't look to social media for validation. But in reality, social media is built into the current technology. But what can we do as a means of creating some kind of balance? If you're around my age, if you're part of the sandwich generation, we were here before all this social media was around. Well, how about creating activities and taking time out where technology is not used? How about taking some time and just having simple conversation with our children and with our grandchildren? Sitting down with them and just talking with them face to face. How about doing group activities? We can volunteer, play sports, or just do a hobby that they may like, or help them to find a hobby. And in fact, as I think about it, why not start working on that family tree that I mentioned in one of my other videos? Pay attention to when and how we use technology around them. And hopefully we can help to change some of their habits and get them away from the mindset where they feel as if they need to validate themselves. They need to find value, endorsement, acceptance, recognition from social media. Encourage your younger family members to share or solve their problems in person and not over social media. I mean, I think that we have the solutions, and we being my generation, the sandwich generation. You know, I mentioned in one of my other videos, what kind of sandwich are you? That one of our challenges is that we are between the young generation and the old generation, and that I think that one of our key roles is to find balance between the old and the new and the old. And maybe this is an example of that. Look at your family members. If you feel that they are part of that group that are looking to social media to validate themselves, and within that there's an increased feeling of depression, anxiety, loneliness, and lowered self-esteem, know that we have the solution. We were here before social media, and we were here before technology became all that it is now, and that we can at least give them a sense as to how to just balance themselves between social media and real life. So I thank you for sharing your time with me. I hope that my hindsight has and will inspire you, and that you will find your own way to blossom.